Coming to paperback and e-readers, Esteem Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed all-new Esteem series adventure. Pre-order your copy of Esteem Season of the Witch Girl at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. In a previous video, I talked about why so many black men choose not to go to college. And in this video, I'm going to explain why so many black men choose work over college, and choose work over college because they don't really see how a college degree is going to benefit them. Now, a guy went out here and made a video that went viral looking to castigate black men for not choosing to pursue college degrees. However, what this male really didn't understand is that black men usually don't choose to go to college because college doesn't really pay off for black men the same way it pays off for black women, white women, non-black women, white men, and non-black men. They basically can go out here and get jobs through their college degrees, and that college degree for them is a selling point. However, when it comes down to black men, especially heterosexual black men, we basically go out here and choose work over college because we don't see how those degrees go out and open doors for brothers. No, when it comes down to that college degree and a Metro card will get you a ride on the subway, and it really has no value whatsoever when we go into the job market. So many black men, after enduring years of trauma in public schools, really after suffering through being told that there's something wrong with you by white and black female teachers, and then going into a war zone of a junior high school and a high school where you're basically terrorized by students who are parts of gangs or looking to, again, make you, coerce you to be like them. Basically, many black men just get so tired of all of the stress, and as they're tired of all of the stress that they've endured in these gladiator academies, they basically just decide to just throw up their hands and just go to work. And as black men go to work, they basically are going into the workforce looking for employment opportunities because they don't want to enter into a college where they fear they will go out here and have to endure the same type of abuse that they suffered in public schools, where they'll go from dealing with white female teachers trying to fast track them to special education to dealing with college professors looking to again put them on that same fast track and create another hostile environment, or having to deal with all sorts of pookies and sharkeeshas who are parts of gangs. So many black men basically are shell-shocked, and as they are shell-shocked by the horrors they've endured in these public schools, they would rather just go to work and just go out here and make whatever money they can go out here and make. And many black men, again, choose work because, again, they don't really see those opportunities being provided for them even if with these college degrees. No, many black men will go out here and again put in all of that work as related to struggling in school, and they don't really see, again, a lot of doors open for them in the job market, because the job market really isn't about what you know, it's about who you know. And many black men really don't know anyone with any sort of connection, so they have to go out here and try to make these connections on their own. And they have to go out here and do this because many of their family members, like their fathers, are not around in some cases. And even if the father is around, sometimes he's basically got this dysfunctional mindset of my son's not going to do better than me. And the guys who come from single mothers, mama's not trying to go out here and get that boy his first job. So a lot of black men, when they go out here, they got to go out here on their own looking for work. And the prospects are very slim, so a lot of brothers basically go out here and take jobs in blue-collar positions, things like FedEx, the post office, UPS. Again, we take those jobs because that's usually all we can get, because it's very hard to get jobs out here. And when it comes down to those white-collar jobs, those white-collar jobs are basically nigh impossible to get because most of the racists go out here and close the door right in front of us. This is what I ran into when I was 18 years old. My brother sent me to one of these temp agencies, and the guy just basically didn't even let me even apply. He just came out and said, you know, you don't have any experience, so I don't even want to bother with you, and blew me off. And I remember one time my brother took me to several temp agencies, and they all blew me off. And even when I would go out here on my own, so I know what a lot of brothers go through with all of these temp agencies as related to these white-collar jobs. Again, these people basically don't want to consider a black man for any of those positions, and they don't want to consider a black man for those positions because some of these folks fear black male competition. Others buy into stereotypes about black men being lazy and incompetent, and there are a handful who buy into the idea that black men are going to lust after the white women at these jobs and possibly look to go out here and put a move on them, when in actuality many brothers like myself are indifferent to all of those white women, and we just want to go there and make a living. But when with no doors opening for us, what we do is, again, we go to the blue collar positions and go to the blue collar positions because we can't get in the door. And again, we don't really consider college because, again, this degree basically isn't going to open a door. If that door wasn't going to open for you with a high school diploma, then it's not going to open with a college degree. It doesn't matter how many degrees you get. The same person who has the same perception of black people is basically gatekeeping that door, and gatekeeping that door to keep black men out of these jobs, keep black men out of these jobs because, one, they really, again, fear black male competition. Two, some of these simps basically fear that he's going to be able to get with the white women that he wants to get with at work, when you really should not be checking for no women at your job. And three, they really just don't want a black man at these jobs. They don't want a competent black man representing black competence and aspiring for black excellence or building a life at their company. No, this is one of the reasons why so many black men, again, choose work in blue collar positions. We choose work in blue collar positions because oftentimes these are the only options we have outside of the military, and usually when it comes down to brothers, we usually choose these blue collar jobs because they have job security and they enable us to basically be able to stay on a job for a more extended period of time. The only options a lot of brothers have are usually blue collar jobs, or they have the option of going to the military, and these are the two options we have to make a living, and we'd rather just take what we can get because in this system of white supremacy, a black man has to go out here and take what he can get, because a lot of times you'll have brothers out here who will have college degrees like I do, and you'll see that brother out here, again, he'll be working at FedEx, or he'll be working at UPS, or he'll be working at the post office, or he'll be working auto body, or he'll be working all sorts of different jobs, or he'll be basically starting his own business. Usually he's working because there's no white collar option for that black man, and that man may have gone out here and looked to try to get that white collar option like I did, but the whole thing is, since they can't see a door open for them, they gotta find a way to make a living in order to survive. So that's why you'll see that brother, again, choose a job fresh out of high school, or even after a little bit of college. He'll choose that job because he's got to make a living. He's got to be able to take care of himself. He's got to be able to go out here and make that living in order to provide to take care of himself. And he'll take that job that underemploys him, or he'll take that career in the military, because a lot of brothers, again, the reason why they go to the military is because it's the most secure job option. I mean, with the military, you are, again, guaranteed to be paid for 4 years, and if you decide to stay there for 20, you're going to get yourself a nice pension. You're going to be able to take care of yourself. I mean, this is why so many brothers choose the military. They choose the military because, again, you get out here and you find no doors opening for you, and this is what the guy in the video did not understand. He didn't understand that, again, doors close for black men. Again, when we get out of high school, we go through a war zone. Again, a war zone in these junior high schools and these high schools. Basically, again, so shell-shocked that we just basically just can't deal with all that insanity. And we don't want, and when we go to a college, again, what we do is, the few of us that do go to college, we run into all of this racism from these college professors and many of the staff sometimes, depending on what school you go to. And again, the environment is so hostile that men basically, again, walk away and say, look, I just throw up my hands. I'm done with this all round. Done with this all round because, again, there's nothing there beneficial to me as a black man. Nothing beneficial to me, again, going to college, because while people will sit there and talk about, like they did in my day, oh, you can make $50,000 a year if you get this college degree. All these doors are going to open. When we go to try to get the entry-level jobs, what we run into is the HR brick wall, whether it's established by these temp agencies that blow us off, or whether it's by the people who do the interviews who blow us off, who basically discount our experience. A lot of us just go and throw up our hands and decide to again charge the white-collar job market to the game and start working on, again, that military career, or we work on that career in places like fast food, or we work on a career in blue collar. We work on blue collar jobs, or we take the blue collar skills that we get from the trades, such as auto mechanics, such as contracting, and we start working on developing our own businesses on the side. I've seen many brothers out here, like YouTuber Sprayway Customs. I mean, he works on doing painting of cars. That's a skill that he got, a skilled trade. Again, painting cars. A lot of guys do that, and a lot of guys also go out here, in addition to being an auto mechanic and stuff like that, they go out here and start flipping cars. They'll start buying these cars at the auction, start fixing them up, and then flip them and sell them. Others go out here and they'll buy cars and start to part that car out. These are the things that brothers go out here and do to make a living, because we get the door slammed in our faces. And again, as we get the door slammed in our faces, we have to adapt. We have to go out here and adapt, because, again, the job market in and of itself is extremely hostile to black men. And again, the academia is even more hostile to black men. So that's why you don't see a lot of brothers out here running around talking about, I want to go get this college degree, because that same college degree is no different than a high school diploma, because if they see a black face connected with that degree, then that degree has no value whatsoever, because many of these employers, all they see is a black man standing in front of them. I know this from personal experience. All they see is a black man standing up in front of them, and to many of these employers, they won't say it, but all they see is one N-word, similar to the stereotypes that are presented to them in the antebellum South as related to black men being lazy, black men being incompetent. I mean, I'm a guy who's written and published over 80 books, wrote articles before that were published by legitimate sites. No door open for me at all. And again, for many black men, it doesn't matter what accomplishments you have. Even if you work for some of these white companies, some of these companies will sit there and say, oh, you work for this company, but they'll find some excuse to, again, avoid looking to even consider you for a job. No, that's why so many black men who are out here, again, go out here and take the blue collar, or they take the military, or they start their own businesses, because again, these college degrees don't open doors for black men. And again, black men, basically, we just tired of dealing with all of this bullshit. And as we get tired of dealing with all of this bullshit, what we do is just decide to, again, throw up our hands, charge that job market to the game, take whatever we can get, and then just start working outside of that job market that's basically controlled by all of these different people who, again, project all their stereotypes on a black man. They project stereotypes on us as related to us being, again, lazy. This is what I ran into at a law firm where I only worked for 2 weeks. I hadn't been trained on anything. Again, had that white-collar job, but the whole thing is, again, many of these folks, again, they have their ideas about black men. They won't have them about black women, but they will have them about black men. all of their stereotypes, again, they'll project onto black men, project onto us, saying, oh, we're lazy, oh, we're incompetent. But a white guy, a female can come in, again, not do anything. They're not lazy, they're just waiting to be trained. Again, their whole perception of reality regarding us is disrespect. And again, if you're going to go someplace, you may as well go someplace that's going to get you paid. And again, brothers just go where they can get the dollars and basically get a little bit of peace. I mean, the places like the military aren't the greatest, but the whole thing, and your UPS or FedEx ain't that great. But at least you can have a lot more job security than you would in white collar. Again, many brothers, again, we go where we can get that job security, because with these white collar jobs, again, a black man basically is walking on eggshells, because you don't know who is going to get upset. You don't know who's going to get butthurt about just you being there. And with the blue collar job, where you're working in the basement, or you're working in the stock room, or wherever you can, again, you can have a little bit more job security, where you can have a job for maybe a year, 2, 3, maybe 4 years, and if you're really lucky, you can keep it for 10 to 15 years. But when a black man goes white collar, he ain't gonna really last too long. He ain't gonna last too long, because you got a lot of insecure white guys who feel inadequate about the little Vienna sausage in their pants, and you got a lot of these other people, like these black women, who basically are angry about the pookie that basically did them dirty and want to take it out on you. I mean, this is one of the reasons why, again, black men choose to work blue collar rather than go out here and get these college degrees. We would rather choose the blue collar because, again, I'll repeat it once more, it's better, it's more job security. It's basically going to be a way for you to make a living and not have to worry about losing your job. And since you're not going to be able to get those doors open, a lot of brothers just choose that option because they go and they understand, look, only people getting these kind of jobs is based on who they know. And usually the black males who do get those kind of jobs, in a lot of cases, not all cases, some of them are bootlegs, some of them are, again, divestors. Again, it's not really, again, something that a lot of black men choose, because college really, again, you can get the degree, but it's not going to open a door for a lot of brothers. So brothers just decide to walk away from the institution of academia, because it doesn't matter how smart how educated you are, they basically don't respect you no matter how smart you are. You could come out here and have solutions for these white companies. They don't want it from you because you're a black man. So the black man just says, okay, you don't want what I got, I'll just take my business elsewhere, because I need to make a living, I need to survive. And since these people ain't opening no doors for me, then I'm just going to go where I can go, get in where I can fit in, take whatever offer I can get. That's what black men have to do after, again, all the being shell-shocked and traumatized in these horrific public schools that basically, again, undereducate people in some cases, or put them on a road to a fast track to special education. I mean, black men go through so much, again, and you got this dude, he was in a video complaining, oh, black men don't go to college. Well, why would I want to go to college if it's not going to basically change my trajectory as related to my career? Critical question I want to ask, dude. I mean, why would a black man want to invest over $100,000 on a college education that basically isn't going to lead to him being able to get any sort of job offers? Why would a black man want to go out here and spend $100,000 on a degree and rack up student loan debt that he's going to have to pay if it's not going to pay off for him? No, many black men basically, we wind up choosing to go where we can get this paper, and sometimes we got to choose those jobs that people, again, say that they don't want. I mean, we have to choose the jobs at Amazon, we have to choose the jobs at UPS, we have to choose the jobs at FedEx, we have to choose the jobs at the post office, we have to choose the jobs in the warehouse, because that's all that's available to us. That's all that's going to be offered to us. And we've got a whole lot of people who want to go out here and create these paradoxes like, oh, you have no experience, but you need experience in order to get the job. You don't do that with the white boys. No, you don't do that with the white women. You don't do that with the other minorities. No, if they have no experience, y'all open a door for them and are willing to teach them. But if the black man, especially the straight black man, comes up, you don't got nothing for us. No, nothing for us in rinky-dink jobs that anybody could go out here and do, like folding sweaters or stocking shelves. I mean, this isn't rocket science, but again, these people want to, again, close the door on black men. And again, black men just say, okay, I'll take whatever I can get. And people want to sit there and say, oh, why is he taking that job? Well, he's taking it because that's all he can get to survive in this world. He got to go where the money is, and he got to go where the money is. Even if he has to go into the military, he got to go where the opportunities are. And that's what many people don't understand about why black men choose work over college. We choose work over college, and I'll repeat it once more for those who are dense and can't understand. We choose work over college because we don't see how a college degree works for us. No, we don't see how it's going to change our trajectory as related to our earning power. We don't see how it's going to benefit us as related to helping us move up the corporate ladder. No, we don't see how it's going to benefit us. No, we don't see how it's going to benefit us, because you can even have one of these Ivy League degrees. All they see in their face is an N-word. In some of the case of these racists running HR, they don't really see a black person, again, who can go out here and do work based on their so-called argument of merit. Based on their so-called argument of merit, they say, oh, we want somebody who's the best qualified. Well, I graduated at the top of my class, and I have a strong work ethic, produced over 80 books, again, produce daily YouTube content. Okay, where's my job? That's the critical question I gotta ask, and many brothers ask the same question. Okay, where is my job? I went out here and did the work. I'm qualified to do the work based on your qualifications, but you still won't, again, consider a black man, won't consider a black man, and this is why black men, again, just walk away from the entire system and just say, hey, I'll just go take this job because I'm just tired of this nonsense I've been dealing with ever since I was little. Most boys are basically, they grow up to men, throw up their hands and say, look, there ain't nothing really here, so I'm not going to waste my time with this nonsense. I'm not going to waste my time by going to another school where I got to deal with more people start mess with me. Again, when guys go out of high school and you're dealing with these dope boys and these gang members coming after you, then you go to this college and then you got these elite guys coming at you. Again, you can't get no break. I mean, that's what's frustrating for a lot of black men. Again, we go out here and we're trying to get our stuff together, trying to get stuff right, trying to get ourselves in a place where we can get things going, but we can't get no traction because we run into all of this racism and resistance. So this is why you'll see this black man underemployed, because again, he got to go out here and make that paper and pay his bills wherever, any way he can. And since there ain't no doors opening for that black man with that college degree, no different than a high school diploma, many black men just say, fuck it, I'm done with this whole thing. I'll take whatever I can get, make whatever paper I can get, and go out here and work wherever I can, because I only got a little bit of time in this life, and I'm just tired of this bullshit. And again, tired of this bullshit to the point where you just say, okay, enough is enough. And again, this is what black men deal with. And again, the people wonder, okay, why isn't he choosing the college degree? Again, he's got an education in white supremacy and racism that tells him that that degree is worthless. He's got an education in white supremacy and racism that tells him, okay, I'm not even going to bother with these jobs. No, I'm going to go out here and try to make the best living that I can, because this whole job market and its whole economic system is not one that is welcoming for black men. And since it's not welcoming for black men, many black men just close the door on many of these colleges and just keep it pushing and go out here and work and try to make money the best way that they can. Now, if you want to pick up some of my books on the SJS Direct Imprint, you can find those books in paperback and Kindle format on Amazon.com, and you can also find them at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, talking about the job market and black men in general, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Give in to temptation and pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback and e-readers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA, from the Black Boule, in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.